Welcome back. I'm Richard Hosnell, and I'm your host of the Wisdom Inspired podcast and this Wisdom Inspired Life YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me today. If for any reason you'd like to email me, you can email me at richardwib@gmail.com. The address is on the screen. I promise to get back to you as quickly as I can, and maybe we'll even end up having a Zoom meeting. Who knows? We'll see. Well, this is another in a continuing and very popular series, it's turning out to be, on caring and compassion. Caring, compassion, kindness, and love are so important in living a wisdom-inspired life because they form that very strong foundation. And we commit unexpected acts of kindness for people, caring and compassion. And this series shares experiences of people demonstrating significant levels of caring, compassion, kindness in various ways. So, with that said, let's get into the stories for this episode. I titled this one, Little is So Great. Simple story, simple act of kindness. A woman was in the hospital with a hip replacement. Oh, she could use a bath, and the doctor said, no bath. She felt grungy. The nurse's washcloth did very little to help. The nurse saw her distress. She said she'd be back soon. She returned later with a bucket, towels, and wheeled her wheelchair into a room with sinks. There, she gave her a foot bath. The soapy water was heaven, she said. Well, the surgeon fixed her hip and the nurse fixed her heart. Simple little story, and yet very timely, very powerful. Somebody who really listened to the need of another person, had compassion, quickly developed a plan that absolutely help the woman at an important time. Now, this is not a life-changing event, and don't set the standard there. Little acts of kindness can be things that can be done to fix something that's going on right now. They don't take a lot of time, a lot of preparation, just an open heart and a desire to help somebody, to commit an act of kindness, to be compassionate, to be caring. That's all it requires. These are simple little stories, but at the moment, they have a very positive effect on the person receiving the act of kindness. This one this is an interesting story. I call it the cold winter miracle. The situation is this. It was a cold winter north, and it felt the woman was feeling cabin fever. So she drove 90 minutes to a lodge through the woods and everything to get cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns can be the best remedy for cabin fever, but they're seldom 90 minutes away. But she needed them, so she went them and got them. On the return trip, her car sputtered to a stop. 5 minutes later, it started. Oh, good. Then it stopped, but this time with no heat. There was no civilization anywhere nearby. Just a 2-lane road through the woods. Well, help arrived. A stranger knocked on her car window, invited her to wait in his truck that had heat. She declined. A stranger. He waited in his truck, and when her car ran again, he followed her closely until it stopped again with no heat. He waited. She got the car going again. He followed. And when she pulled into her driveway, he kept going. Never knew his name. Now, a lot of people, after being turned down the first time, would say, good luck, and keep going. But this person was going to give her the help she needed in the way she needed it, even though I'm not sure at the time she really fully appreciated that there was a backup plan in case the car never did restart. There was somebody right there on this 2-lane road through the woods. This person, whoever it was, delivered a cold winter miracle that enabled her to, with stops and starts, in the literal meaning of the word, get home with having a backup plan for somebody who committed a great act of kindness. Acts of kindness can be so simple and yet so powerful for a person. This person who received this felt so good about this that they wrote a story about it and shared it with everyone that they could possibly find. That's the impact it had on her. A stranger provided a cold winter miracle. One more story. Situation is a woman living alone with chronic pain. Her husband had left her for a younger woman. She had just emotional pain and distress. Well, she went grocery shopping. She had food in one hand and flowers in the other and dropped the food. A young man who worked at the store, Dave, kneels and picks up the mess. He asked her what was the occasion for the flowers, and she said the occasion is me. She shared her story. He hugged her. As she was leaving the store, Dave gave her a card, and on the front was a heart, hand-drawn with a Sharpie. And inside a note read, "You are beautiful, brilliant, incredibly strong soul, and it's not the end of the story. Smiley face, love, Dave." Whew. Dave was a busy guy in the store. He immediately, not knowing what the woman's story was, came to help her pick up what she had dropped. And when he heard her story and felt her pain, he decided to do an additional great act of kindness. It took him a minute or 2 or 3 to write this note and give it to her. And this had such a profound impact on her, like the previous one. She wrote a story about her experience and shared it with everyone on Facebook and other places. So, acts of kindness, caring, and compassion can be simple little things, and when we understand a person's pain, we act compassionately to try and drop that level of pain, minimize that level of pain. And he did that with a hug and with a special little note that really touched her heart. So, these acts of kindness, compassion, caring, are simple things. They can be more elaborate. But when will you commit an unexpected act of kindness, caring, and compassion? When? Today, maybe? That would be great. Be spontaneous. Open your heart. See possibilities. It doesn't have to be elaborate, or it can be elaborate. It can be as something as opening a door for someone. It can be as something as simple as a big smile and saying, "Boy, do you look great today," or whatever comes to your mind. Being able to do something positive and right for another person. Heartfelt, unexpected acts of kindness, compassion, and caring. Yes, they absolutely help the person in need. But stop and then understand and feel how good it feels for you to do it. Okay? Well, if you want to learn more, you can go to mywisdominspiredlife.com. There you can listen to the Wisdom Inspired Life podcast, hundreds of episodes, new ones every Saturday and Sunday. You can also listen to the podcast wherever you do listen to podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google Play, wherever. Well, as you probably know by now, my mission is to try and bring a more caring and compassionate world in an effort to try and help people build that foundation to live more of a wisdom-inspired life. And I greatly appreciate you being part of that journey today. And I look forward to continuing that journey with you.